Howdy, everyone. Welcome to the Doodle Dad podcast. I am Justin Lopez with Supreme Doodles of Texas. Today is going to be a good one. We've got a good episode for you today, and I'm so glad that you've tuned in. Let me just level with you here about raising a puppy while raising a kiddo. I didn't, start breeding Goldendoodles to teach life lessons. That just wasn't where it came from. I started because I love dogs. I love Goldendoodles. I'm here with Minnie. She's our OG. She's retired. We just love her. And, I started because of the love of a golden doodle and what they give. And I love my daughter. Somewhere between, bottle feeding puppies and taking care of the puppy room and the puppy pens and early mornings, I realized that something powerful was happening. My child was learning things that didn't come from worksheets or lesson plans or something she could have, picked up or learned in school. So today, I want to talk about the lessons puppies have taught Kenzlee, my daughter, and lessons that schools can't teach, and why raising puppies while raising kids has been one of the greatest decisions I could ever make. So if you're a puppy family out there and you're wondering, I've got small children or I've got kids, and how will it affect kind of our overall household, and how will affect raising a child while raising a puppy will affect my life. This is the podcast for you. So let's do some real talk. At school, responsibility is often stimulated. It's turn in your homework, bring your folder back, sign this paper, and but puppies make responsibilities unavoidable. Unavoidable. Puppies make responsibilities unavoidable. Um, a puppy doesn't care if you've had a long day. They just don't. I got news for you. Puppies don't care if you want to sleep in. Puppies don't care if you forgot. Um, Someone still has to feed it. Someone still has to play with it. Someone still has to let it out to potty. And when Kenzlee was involved, when my kid was involved in that process, something clicked. She learned that responsibility isn't about being told what to do. That isn't responsibility. Responsibility is about being depended on. And I can remember, a time when um, Kenzlee and I, obviously we had a litter of puppies, and she plays an important role in all of our litters. But we got home from school, and the first thing that she knew that she needed to do was to go in the dog room and love on the puppies. And at first, it was a thing that I was trying to teach her, that part of what we do, she plays such an important role in that daily care, that daily hand holding, and that socializing from her is important. I mean, our dogs, something we're proud of is that our puppies are raised in our home with us and with Kenzlee, which is a huge deal. Some puppies go home and have anxiety and don't do well around kids. Not our dogs, not our puppies. And so I really had to coach and make her understand that her role was a crucial part of what we do in this program. And it clicked. It affected her. She knew that she had a responsibility. She knew that those puppies were waiting for her. That those puppies were a part of her life just as much as she was a part of theirs. And when it becomes intentional, it changes things. And so it has really it has changed our life. And that's not just fluffy words. Supreme Doodles of Texas has changed our life. It's changed how I raised puppies. It's changed how I raised kids, my daughter, and I think it's truly shaped who she is today. And so, when you were thinking about adding a puppy to your home, it comes full circle. It's more than just adding a companion. It really has affected the way that I've raised my daughter, and it'll affect your children, to me, in my opinion, in a positive way. Puppies feel everything. They get scared, they get overwhelmed, they miss their mom and litter mates. And kids learn empathy not through explanation, but through observation. And that is factual, you know? Yes, Kenzlee, when we started, she was 4 years old. Now she's 10. Yeah, I did. Kenzlee, go let the dogs out. Kenzlee, please go sit in there with, Marley's puppies or Minnie's puppies. Please go in there, play with the puppies, give them some interaction. And at first, it was, dad telling her what to do. But after time, it was an observation. It was empathy that she learned that those puppies needed her. That's when I realized that what we were doing was not just raising puppies to send home to you in a beautiful, happy, healthy home. We were building character, responsibility, and I was doing my part as a single dad. And it just is an awesome thing. That's emotional intelligence, at its finest. That's reading the room when she knows, when she can see that a puppy is nervous or needs her attention. That's learning how to care without being told how to. And, that's what we kind of just talked about. You can't put empathy on a Scantron test. I understand, she goes to school. That's what we do. Obviously, everybody's kids go to school. You want them to go and learn those things. But raising children while raising puppies or raising a dog has done a lot. And it's taught her things that the school can't teach. Puppies teach kids to listen with their eyes and their hearts. And it's true. Let's be honest. Raising puppies is messy. All right. I'm not here to, I'm trying to go deep with you here because it's deep for me and it's deep for Kenzlee. And I've seen how raising puppies has affected raising her. And so, but I'm also here to, be honest and transparent. Raising puppies is messy. Accidents happen. Laundry piles up. Things smell. All right. You clean the same spot more than once, all the time, every day. Um, and this is where kids learn something crucial. Not all work is rewarding in the moment. Let me repeat that. Not all work is rewarded in the moment. Some work is repetitive, some work is thankless, some work is messy, sometimes gross. The important part to understand is that it still matters. It all matters. Kenzlee has learned that real work doesn't stop because it's not fun anymore. It continues on. There is intention behind what we do and her role and responsibility that she plays in raising a puppy. And it'll be the same for you in your home. There has to be roles and responsibilities that your kids will participate in when raising the puppy, and you will see things, likely that you've never seen before. And it takes time. It doesn't just happen the first week that you bring the puppy home. You still got to be that parent, and there's still going to be some tough conversations and some exhaustion there. But over time, you're going to be surprised with what you find. We live in a world of instant results, instant downloads, instant feedback, and instant answers. But puppies don't work like that. It just doesn't. You don't potty train in a day, all right? You don't train overnight, and you don't teach confidence instantly. Progress happens slowly. We've said it all the time. You're bringing home a baby. Raising a puppy in a home while raising kids is going to be a positive effect in the long run. School is important. Structure is important. And education matters. But life doesn't always hand you multiple choice answers. It's not always A, B, C, or D, or all of the above, right? Um, Puppies teach problem solving. They teach accountability. They teach emotional regulation. They teach responsibility without reminders, all right? They are life skills. They are leadership skills, parenting skills, and human skills. Like, This is real life, y'all. So I hope that we've been able to level here a little bit. I hope that you've enjoyed just having some real talk with me in my home, in my space. And I am so glad that you have been here with me and you have watched this episode. Um, this is what it's about. When I started the Doodle Dad podcast, it wasn't about selling puppies. You know, I feel like we're successful at that already, and we're happy with our program and all the families across the country that we've been able to provide happy, healthy puppies for. This podcast was a way for me to be vulnerable and show you um, how much having a golden doodle has meant to our family. And I have just wanted to share it with the world, and that's what I'm here to do today. Don't stress about raising puppies with raising kids. It has been an absolute blessing to be able to raise Kenzlee in our home with our puppies. And I just thank you for joining with us today. You can find us on YouTube or Apple Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe for more vulnerability and more real talk. Thanks for joining our podcast today.